Um, we do have a pick a pile message. Still talking love. All right. And really, we're going to find out if the person on your mind, depending on which pile you pick, actually likes you, right? Like you kind of thing. Okay. So again, we're talking love. We have 3 piles tonight. Okay. And let me just hydrate for 1 second here. I just want to like take a pause. Maybe this is a synchronicity. Maybe I'm just thirsty. All right. But I digress. Pile number 1 tonight, you guys, is going to be your dose of love. All right. So we got the love vitamin, the love pill here for pile number 1. Pile number 2 is this pretty cool jazzy ball. All right. For pile number 2. And last but certainly never, ever, ever least, pile number 3, we've got the chamois sponge, if you will, the slate eraser. Okay. So might be some synchronicities. Okay. Might be high key connected to the messages from one marker to the next. All right. So just saying, pay attention, pile number 1, or pile number 2, or pile number 3. All right. So keeping it fun tonight. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves. As you come in, please be a dear, hit that like button. If you're not already, please and thank you, subscribe. All right. This is really going to be a treat tonight, and I'm excited to get started. Also because of the hour, I'm not exactly sure. I feel like I should give some people time to trickle in. So I actually will go on ahead and ring the bell because I don't want anybody missing any parts of these piles. I'm just saying. It seems like there is something for everyone, at least as far as the advice given. But also, guess what, you guys? I forgot to make mention. I actually do have a message for all of us tonight, all right? Whether guy, girl, what have you, whether single or not, all right? So there's that, just taking care of my collective, all right? I forgot, though, like I had that extra slide card to the message, but I digress. We are going to get into it. So let's do it. If you know exactly how to enter that question into the box according to the live stream rules, be my guest. All right. No pressure, you guys. If you don't want to follow along, that's cool. Don't ask me for a reading. No worries. Love and light. Okay. Much love and light, doodle bag. I don't know about you guys. I'm grateful it's Friday. It's been a really long week. Yeah. Love and light, tongue, sahur. Sorry to hear that, Diana. Oh my goodness. But you know what? We made it. You know what? This calls for celebration. Just saying. Let's do it. All right. We deserve to celebrate, okay? There's, if you look hard enough, a reason for each and every one of us to do at least just that. And you guys, the more we do just that, the more we'll have reason to. It's literally a spiritual law and principle. Just saying. It's also fun to celebrate, right? So there is that. And if you guys don't have any questions, no worries. Kind of being guided to get into this message that's for each and every one of us tonight. So listen up. Here's the sitch. Everything is possible. Whether you're talking love life or not, everything is possible. Okay. And there's a reminder here for you. They make cards about it, just saying it's a thing for you still. All right. So don't be trying to either box in or box out divine and or its assistance to you, for you, with a connection or not. Okay. I'll trust your judgment and utilize your actual intuition, of course, right? But as far as just giving up altogether and firstly without any second thought to that, not really smart, and it's not really on the menu from what I can see, just saying. All right. um and I do see from for some here, not all connected to this every one of us message, something about a workplace romance. So for those that know, you've been kind of like being flirty and whatnot at work, and it seems like maybe it's kind of working. Seems like it actually does, is, and will work for you, because I see you're being guided towards some sort of love sitch. All right. So take what resonates. That last part is not necessarily for everyone, right? You have to be flirting at work. Duh, right? So there's that. But again, you guys, Love and Light Jacksonville, much love and light. We do have 3 piles to get through tonight, and I'm excited to get through them. I don't see anyone in the chat box, just yet in the queue waiting for their free yes no. You guys, in order to get that, you got to know the rules. I'm not playing about that. All right, long story short. So if you don't know the rules, please check that description box. It's below every video on this channel, but it's also below this one, just saying, right? Love and Light Stanley, or Love and Light Derek, Stanley Castillo Derek. And happy birthday. Happy birthday to everyone whose birthday it is. And for those that it's not, happy day, happy night to you all. Much love and light, you guys. Love and light, Arion. Welcome in. You guys get comfy. I'm going to be on here for probably a good hour just to get through these 3 piles. And you said your name. You said your name is Derek. I can only go by what you're telling me there. So whether it's Stanley, whether it's Castillo, whether it's Derek, irregardless of the name, it's not really the whole existence of your identity anyhow. But irregardless, much love and light, and happy birthday. Love and light, yassa. Yassa in the house. All right. You guys, thank you for the energy, you guys. I'm just saying your names, babe. It's pretty simple. You get it on the screen, and I'm grateful to be able to say I can read. So there's that. But anyways, you guys, let's get started. Let me see what time it is. We are at 7:07. Oh, I love that. There's some more sevens there, Arion. I love it. So again, number 1. All right, the love vitamin here. Number 2, pile number 2 is this pretty jazzy ball. And number 3, all right, you guys, tonight is this chamois sponge. All right, wiping that slate clean, perhaps, just saying. All right, so pile number 1. Does this person like you? Pile number 1. Oh, we got a yes. We got a yes. Now let's talk. All right. There seems to be some sort of need for conflict resolution. Whether you are still talking, interacting, engaging with each other or not here, pile number 1. And I do see the need for emotional balance, whether on the part of one or more of you. You're being asked to realign your thoughts, all right? Make way, make room for other choices that you can make, even about some of the same scenarios or aspects in the connection, even about some aspects, the way that you think and feel about yourself, as well as the other person here, pile number 1. But I do see this person is really holding on to hope that is to get something and keep something off the ground. They want something stable. They do have thoughts, plans, dreams, wishes, hopes, and intentions to propose. Okay. Even with your yes card, whether this is a heterosexual couple or not, the intention here seems to heavily be, marriage, commitment. Okay. Now, you may already have property together, or they just look to this wish fulfillment energy being attached to the connection to be something stable, long lasting. Okay. And there is some aspect of fears in the subconscious space as well, on the part of one or more of you, that needs to be taken a look at. But as far as this person's higher self, they're saying the best is yet to come, and look away. I'm about to make a move. And I want to talk about this. Interestingly enough, with this look away energy, it's kind of like, what? Why would you say that if you're intending to come towards me? Well, I do see heavy. I mean, really could not get around it. I try to be open-minded, but we've got a few cards talking about the twin flame journey. And many of you subscribe to that and they already know this, but for those that don't, it's not necessarily the easiest of connections to maintain, being on the same page, let alone the same chapter, of the same book. All right, there's a lot of work that goes into this shadow work. All right, there's a lot of dark night of the soul energy, the requirement to purge and learn lessons, grow, lighten yourself, balance your emotions, all of these things that can feel like heavy coursework, if I do say so myself, just to be able to maintain some sort of ease between the two. Long story short, and this person's higher self coming through saying look away, in the sense of not, don't lose hope, don't give up per se, right? But in the sense of continue to do the work for you, with you, by you, and of course inclusive of the divine forces that support you, as well as the connection, because that's what's going to allow for this person to have room, funnily enough, to come in and actually get the integration of the reunification going, and to maintain the connection forward. Okay, and so it's coming through. This is for many of you here, pile number one, your twin flame. All right, you know that the soul mirrors your own. You know that there's something extra with it. It's not regular. It's not even necessarily easy, to be clear, right? But at the same time, there is some knowing, this inner knowing, that there is a heavy connection between you two. And maybe you even might feel like it's against, seemingly against your own will, that be the case. You tried to move forward, you tried to reroute, forgive and forget, perhaps, kind of thing, right? But the divine are saying that basically this rendezvous, this reunion, this re-meet, if you will, is really calling the both of you into this twin flame union, to be specific. Okay, and again, proposal energy, we had the ring come out of the Lenormand, and the yes was already y'all at the altar. I mean, this is serious. Okay, this person is going to be reaching out. All right, so, but you look away. Do you understand that? So there's this magnetism between you two, and it's not really as black and white as what you might see two magnets doing. I'm saying there's a dance. The candle flame comes to mind. Maybe there is some significance to candles, and maybe somebody tried to action out some form of candle magic. Even in the loving sense here, I'm not getting evidence of like hella bippity boppy vibes. I'm just saying, there's maybe even someone who prefers to meditate into a candle flame. All right, but that's coming through. But also this ebb and flow. As you look away and towards your inner self, to really allow your higher self to integrate into your natural world now, as you co-create it. It's really talking about a conscious based effort as well as experience, right? You are what is termed ascending, okay, within the spiritual community. And that is really talking about a whole metamorphosis of sorts, right? And this person's request, from higher self, is saying keep going, babe, right? Because as you do that, you are allowing for this person to be pulled back into you. You're allowing this person to integrate into a similar frequency, so that there is a match, so that there is reunification. All right, you're being guided to open your heart, because this person is not coming in to play with you. They are coming in for the long haul. All right, and there is real feelings, real love here. And you know that to be the case, although that may be scary, right? Maybe you already knew that to be the case, and this person didn't. They couldn't play catch up. They hurt you. Long story short, you've got to really start honoring the lessons as the blessings that they too are. On the other side of an experience, there's growth, there is education, there is clarity oftentimes, whether it's just getting clearer by the day of what you do not want to experience, right? And really just alchemizing, transmuting through the energy, as well as revamping efforts, trying something differently, so that you're not in that insanity loop. And we know that insanity, really the definition of that, is just doing the same things over and 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 over, expecting a different outcome. Oftentimes, when you're wanting a different outcome after the first few tries, you got to try something different. You're not going to get to that outcome that you're desirous of by doing the same old thing, right? And this is also talking about really some reassurance energy coming through about this not being the same old cycle or cycles. Okay, however many times you and this person tried to get something off the ground, it's giving not that anymore, not that same effort, not that same vibrational frequency, not that same version of either yourself here, honey bun, as well as this person. All right, the divine won't allow for that. You're not here simply to be punished and just to, wane away in trying until your dying day at this, right? This person's love language or yours, okay, you could share this love language is affirmation. So, if that resonates, continue to use your affirmations for you, of course, duh, right? But also towards this connection, towards your efforts at this connection. I open my heart space lovingly and willingly, expecting still that divine protection. I mean, let's be honest, as bad as any heartbreak can be, okay, who cares who all it's attached to? Um, you're still here. And so it's giving love and light Fiona, love and light Annex Woody. It's giving, but did you die? Right? And no, of course you didn't, because you've got that divine protection. Yes, it hurt like hell. Maybe it had to. Maybe there was some growth in that pain. Chances are that's exactly the case. You see what I'm saying? Go figure. But as far as does this person like you? Yes, okay. And even consulting the tarot, it's giving yes, this is your twin and the love is real. All right. Um, let's see what else we can find out. Close out here. All right. Could be some significance to the fall time. All right. Well, this is really talking about making long-term plans, a time frame of a few short months, as well as a request to express gratitude. There could be some significance even to around Thanksgiving time with this harvest energy coming through for this card. Yeah. This person, this person can't come in all the way until you finish some sort of shadow work regarding self-limiting beliefs. This could be self-limiting beliefs about you simply and solely, and or this connection. And with twin flames, often they are mirroring. So this person too could be finishing up a cycle regarding some of that same type of coursework. Self-limiting beliefs, finding a new path, right? It's almost like you and your person are continuing to essentially retrain your brain. There could be even some aspects to your nervous systems getting a revamp too. It's like, oh, we're calm now. Like we're just at the baseline now, calm, peace, and serenity, right? And you and I know, as well as anyone else, all right, if you don't have peace in a connection, it's not going to be a good thing, right? And so, long story short, yes, this person likes you, loves you, however you want to say, however your query was, all right, because that's what we're talking about tonight. Do they like you, right? But pile number one, there's just a lot of layers to this because of the type of journey that you're on. And so, just I feel like asking someone to just kind of at your leisure rewind this message, replay this message, because I feel like a lot came through. And sometimes whenever a lot's coming at you, it's a lot to try to catch all over. And I think that if you're still feeling what I'm picking up on is some form of anxiousness, anxiety about this connection, or even was this your pile kind of thing. Just circle back and take it all in. Um, Personal readings are still closed, so I can't offer you that at the moment. But I feel like if you just continue to trust your intuition, maybe, like I said, circle back, listen to that again, something else might click in there just to help you maintain your peace. Okay. Because you definitely deserve to be in, again, that baseline energy, calm, peace, and serenity. And long story short, the more that you're able to an action out of that, make decisions out of that type of peace, and allow for peace to be part and parcel of your lifestyle, which also includes that self love. Let's not forget, right? Self love is a lifestyle. Okay. But the more that you are in this type of energy, this person's going to be right there, like, hey, I love you. This is great, and it's going to be real. It's not going to be somebody masked up like perhaps in moon cycles past. Okay, so take heed, please, and thank you, because I feel like someone really needed that message, and that could help. Just every little bit helps. You know what I'm saying, collective? Hopefully that makes sense for somebody. Love and light, country love. All right, so that is pile number 1. Phew. All right, we did it. We got through. No, I'm just joking. But yes, they like you. They love you, pal number 1. And the bell has rung for anyone who knows what to do. If you're saying, I don't know what to do, go ahead and check that freaking description box below, please and thank you. And look for the live stream rules. All right. Thank you for coming on, Fiona. I appreciate you. Thank you for everyone coming on, like, to be clear. I had a live stream a couple hours back, and we didn't have any moderators, and somebody was like not seeing that there was such a thing as a description box, and I was like, oh no, the link. Like, I'm over here like, and I asked the people on the live stream, and no one seemingly cared to check the box to, like, and I was like, oh, okay, I have to find a workaround around that. So I think what I'm gonna do is maybe just, I don't know, I'll figure it out. It's Friday. Let me just have fun first. Like, the amount of hours a day I spend trying to figure out how am I gonna do this and figure this out. I'm tired, so we're just gonna channel and have fun tonight. How about that, guys? Sounds good. It's good, right? I'm doing great. You're doing great. We're doing this. I love it. Okay, let's see about DJ. Ooh, okay. Well, you know what? Maybe the energy's in one of these piles tonight, country love. How about that? Because did you read Did you read the title? Just saying. Um, so pile number 1, really quick. I didn't forget about you, country love. I just want those new people on, right? Pile number 1, we just finished up, was the love pill. All right, the love vitamin, and we're about to do pile number 2, and pile number 3 is the chamois. The chamois sponge, wiping that slate clean. Just saying. So, well, let me consult the deck for country. Come on, DJ. Said, oh, Lord. Why is that the general consensus of my collective? Oh, Lord. It's either oh, Lord, or I can't, or I'm done. I didn't even get to it yet, but hold on. Dang. Shoot, it can't be that bad. Oh, I'm looking at the Lover's card energy at the bottom of the deck, and I see some wonky ass energy over here trying to hide the big fat Ace of Cups. Well, just saying here, you can see from the cards, there's definitely somebody's mental space needing balanced all the way out in order to be able to get to this energy and maintain this kind of energy. Damn. He is mentally blocked on something. Shit, that even came... This came out sideways. It's not funny, but, like, I'm trying to keep the vibe high here, and I gotta read this. Okay, hold on. Because I see him being like, yeah, you're the star. Like, you're great. As you should. Duh. Right? I see this Knight of Cups. It's usually like, hey, got a proposal. It's romantic. I'd like to talk about it and feel stuff. And experience, right? And it's like, but what's stopping him? And it goes, bam, sideways. Oh my god, a paper cut, right? What's that about? What is that about, though? About the connection. Maybe about money. Maybe about what he's seen online. What was your question, anyways? No, mental space is like, yo, like, sound the alarm. We've got to take a look. Sheesh. But like, as far, I mean, like, the star is like a really great card. If you don't want it, I'll take it, country love. But so I don't know. And it's still like going back to these cards, like imbalance, overthinking, conflict. And I ask about what, and it's Two of Cups, and you know that's you and him. There's some argument, conflict, internal monologue. It's like he's consulting divinity about it. Grief, sorrow, but yet holding on. Holding on. And to who? Well, if this don't say country love, I'm just saying Queen of Pentacles. All right, so I don't know if it's like all of a sudden he's thinking, you know, like you either do make or have the capacity to make way more and he's not sure how to catch up. Or I'm also getting with this Queen of Cups, you know, a little bit more about what, like, what I've given you has given you the ability to connect the rest of the dots. So I'll just let it there. All right. But that's what I have. Okay. Oh Lord. Shit. You know. Much love and light to you and DJ. I mean, shoot, I won't wish that on my worst enemy to be in that kind of headspace. I know it all too well. It's not fun there. All right. Okay, so let me see here, Yasa. How about the managers? Okay, let me see. Well, if you think you can't, you never will, right? If you think you can't, you never will. If you think you can, you will. Which one do you want it to be, yes or no? That's what it's giving. Interestingly enough, though, the Hangman does talk about learning stuff, okay? So if you know that you could learn a little bit more, definitely do that to get to the end point of the yes all the more faster. True. True. All right, but also make decisions according to what you know they want you to make them, all right? Meaning, if there's rules, stick to the rules. Also meaning if they know, excuse me, if you know that they favor people with a certain certification, certain education, you know, you would want to work some of those steps towards getting some of that stuff. You know what I mean? It's giving, put your best foot forward and your will be done, right? So that's what I have for you, Yasa. So you're asking me, is it a yes? And now I have a question for you, Yasa. Did you listen to the message? If not, scroll it back, babe. I gave you way more than a yes. All right. And it should make sense, even if you have to put the translation. I don't know if maybe you're in another country or something, but or where you went. But I was here giving the message, Yasa. So scroll back, babe. All right. Love and light, Sabine. Here's the sitch. I need you to check the description box below, babe. And Fiona, could you please share that link for those that maybe can't find the description box? I really appreciate you for that. Thank you. Because I need to make sure everyone's following the rules. All right. Long story short. And that's me being protective, not me being bossy. So serious. You're very welcome, Yasa. Much love and light. Oh, thank you, Fiona. You're already on it. I should have known. I'm sorry. I missed it because I'm doing stuff. All right. Thank you so much, Fiona. I really appreciate you for that. And for everything else, to be clear. I appreciate all of you, but I'm really specifically addressing our moderator in the room, Fiona, at this time, because she's got a little bit more to do than most of us during these live streams. So there's that. Okay. So if we don't have any questions ready in the queue right now, here's the sitch. I'm going to go into pile number 2, but the bell will again ring. No worries. I'm here. Okay. All right. So pile number 2, we are at 2950. Okay. And again, pile number 2 was this fun bouncy ball. I love it so much. Okay. And do they like you? Wouldn't you like to know? Well, it's a yes. Fiona is awesome sauce. Sabine, check those rules, babe. You're not following them yet, and the bell has not yet rung. So it's okay. You got time to learn the rules, I promise. Okay? All right, so pile number 2. You're being asked to step into your personal power with confidence and do your magic. Okay. So long story short, I do see here with pile number 2, it's giving, yes, they like you, but somebody here, I'm just the messenger. If you feel called out, I need you to talk to your guides about this, okay? Because I'm channeling somebody's guides. Somebody here has been, and you know what? We've all been there. No judgment, only love and light, right? But somebody's been a little childish, all right? From what I can see, interestingly enough, I'm not here to manipulate the cards, the messages, or the energy, just saying, right? It seems to be somebody in the collective. Maybe this is, one person. It doesn't have to be the case that everybody gets called out. You don't have to out yourself here about this. But if you think that that might high-key resonate, I need you to listen up, all right, and get this message, okay? Get this healing, or get this medicine, all right? Now, there could be some significance around children, like in the normal sense, okay? Maybe use share children here, pile number 2, or maybe somebody, regardless of which side of the board, has children, okay, or a child. But this childish nature, okay, and I feel like this is past energy. I don't feel like this was like 15 minutes ago, you know what I'm saying? But like, okay, we're gonna talk, right? Maybe there's something about needing to talk versus tantrum, right? Some people, it's hard because not everybody was taught like communication, even around some of those like heavy hitting subjects, or even around feelings, perhaps, go figure. Right? Me personally, you guys, I could not imagine a world without emotions, without passion, without hope, without um just being stubborn in perseverance, tenacity, and all of those things. You're required to have energies about you, and often emotions do tie into those energies in order to action out some of those things, like again, perseverance, resilience. Like, it's not, when you get to a point of, okay, I'm making a choice to persevere, usually there's a whole shit ton of emotions that happen right before at least you making that decision, or getting to that breaking point, if you will, when you're going to decide, like, come hell or high water, I'm going to get this milestone out of the way, I'm gonna get this education, I'm gonna relocate, whatever, right? And it's great to have certain aspects of passion and emotionality about you, but at the same time, you do have to be mindful, like, it's taking two to tango. And if it takes two to tango in any kind of connection, there's got to be a back and forth, and it should be civil. And it should be in balance, and it should not be in some form of toxicity. Now, asking someone to be perfect at this is like, yeah, that's hilarious, right? So take the pressure off. Nobody's expecting that, okay? But it seems like in recent events, I'm getting between the past few months, maybe up to a year. I'm not getting like years and years of this, but take what resonates, okay? Um, and that there has been some challenge where it's almost like zero to hero energy. It's like you are flying off the handle, even just emotionally, not necessarily, with all of the words and things and the nonsensical stuff, right? But this could just be even felt and or understood while you are going through this Rolodex of emotions, or this heated kind of energy, and maybe there are some aspects to, not calling anyone out or diagnosing anyone, but, certain aspects to mental health come to mind, right? So maybe there is some form of necessary maintenance regarding that. Okay. And I get that this person, I mean, you still got a yes, right? It's like this person is understanding of that, but at the same time, it's like the volatile nature or effect that's being produced over time is making this person kind of grow in concern. Just a heads up. Okay. Now, this is not a doom and gloom message, pawn number two. Nobody's asked out yet, right? It's just a side note to be like, hey, don't be that one to wonder if this is you and you resonate and you don't fix it. You don't fix this behavior, in the sense of not perfection, but in the sense of maybe even addressing it like, hey, I understand about this behavior. Can't promise you I'll be perfect, but I wanted to let you know that I too notice and I'm working towards that. And, if there's any suggestions that you have about, what I or we could do to alleviate, your concern growing about this, be an adult. Okay. It's giving. Work your magic as you do, right? Maybe there is a bit of charm about you that this person does, I'm sure appreciate, but it could give some sort of healing balm or greased effect to the situation instead of just letting it stand like, oh, well, it's already done. Like, you can still approach the subject or the situation or the event and add clarity, grace, and healing. Okay. Just because it's done doesn't mean it has to be done, right? Especially if you know that there are ways in which you can offer that olive branch or soften the blow, even, right? And to be clear, I'm talking proverbially if this person or anyone is actually giving a blow by blow situation and you're talking physical pain and not pleasure, get away from that person, okay? Because that's not for you. Nobody wants that for you. Your higher self doesn't want that for you. And to be clear, walk away, okay? Somebody here could be of the feminine variety, okay? Um, and I do see some aspect of potential material attachment. Going back to not everybody was taught conversation, even in the home, right? Some other patterns could get taught just the same, right? Inaction could be taught as well as action, right? And so maybe referable to communication, inaction was taught, but referable to tangible evidence of things unsaid, like I love you, right? I prefer you, I appreciate you, right? Instead of the communication, it's like, here's a gift. And you like to think, well, that's well and good, but is money everything? No. Is love everything? Quite often not the case. You kind of need a mixed bag there. You need an even playing field, balance, perhaps, right? Because as well as I do, love doesn't pay the bills. And you also know as well as I do, simply and solely having the bills paid does not mean you feel loved, does it? No. All right. So make sense of that as you are able to. But for those resonating with this, you do really want to watch. Are you being overly materialistic? What do materials mean to you? What are they giving to you besides the dopamine hit, perhaps, right? Or what are some other healthier ways, some other ways within self and not so much outside of self that you can give yourself that same dopamine effect, right? Maybe love on you. Maybe start conversing with yourself inwardly more. Maybe ask yourself questions, all right? The way that most people ask God, right? Just get acclimated or reacclimated with self, because how would you be in any connection? Like, how dare you be in any connection and you don't know you, like, at all? That's odd, right? It's also not loving to self as well as the other person, right? So I do see, some adult conversation taking place as it should. All right. But to be clear, this person is not playing around about being serious about you. This person, whether you are actively in kumbaya state or not. I do see evidence of separation here with this person saying you're guiding me home. And to be clear, this yes actually is connecting to the magician card energy from that of the tarot deck. Okay. So this actually could be a situation for many of you where you're, in some form of separation because of some rift. Okay. However long or short ago that this is the case. And this person wants you to know they have, you know, whether separately and apart or you are back together, because it's feeling like a mixed energy here for pile number two. They want you to know that they do forgive you, right? So whatever you were ranting about, perhaps, I'm not calling anyone out, it's just this is either your pal or it's not. Okay, nobody else has to know. Right? um but whatever the temper tantrum energy is that I'm picking up on, they forgive you. That's not meant to be a triggering statement, to be clear, and it's not also the case that it's necessarily the state of mind of your person that they've not done anything wrong. I'm not getting that. They just want you to know that, like, it's almost like somebody would come to you and just be like, it's okay, I know, I understand, I just want to move forward. Right? I don't want to move forward though in a repetitive nature, but I want to move forward. It's okay. I forgive you. I love you. Right? It's giving I still choose you. I want to marry you, or we are married. We're still married. Okay, with this marriage card energy. Um and somebody here could be a leadership, or excuse me, a leader in the community. Doesn't have to be the case, but watch that short temper here. Okay? It's really what this bear is talking about. Um this person wants to, even connecting to that bear energy as well, protect the connection, patch the connection and protect it, kind of thing. All right. Let me see what else I can get here regarding the tarot for you before I let you go, because I feel like this is like raw and open and exposed, and it doesn't, I don't know. I'm like, we're not done. That's the way I can describe it. We're not done. That's the sentiment. We're not done. Pile number two. We're not done. Yeah. Eight of Wands, communication, progress, alignment. Hermit energy, Eight of Coins, and Judgment. Yeah. Um, and the Four of Cups. So this person is heavily focused on you. They are, actioning out some form of shadow work, which, hey, I love to see it. Okay, there's no problem. You find somebody, one thing you most assuredly want to catch someone doing is shadow work. Is that, oh my goodness, it's so sexy and amazing and magical. All right. Um, but this person is saying, please, watch what you are allowing yourself to repeat. Okay, there's some toxic, there's something toxic that you are either, it's like this energy that you're entering into, maybe on the other side of some form of synapse. I get it, you're triggered, the wind blew left, something, right? You felt short that day, right? Like, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, it's like you don't want to mess up a good thing either, you know what I mean? So not that this person's perfect, and not that this person expects you to be clear, or the divine either, right? In this realm, that's laughable, right? But with this Eight of Coins, really talking about working together, all right? This self-doubt has to go. I don't like that that's a vein or a theme for tonight's session. I don't like that one bit. Needing to step it up. Judgment, yeah. Yeah, you need to step it up. You need to do your magic, all right? Step it up and step into your personal power with confidence. That's so crazy. Like, that's how we started. And we're back again. Oh, I love that. It's like a synchronicity. You guys must have started out really, really well here. And so the sentiment is like, hey, we should just get back there and then move it forward, right? But not into that same old toxic cycle, to be clear, right? So that's what I have for pile number two. Gosh, I didn't expect all that to come out the way that it did. I mean, yeah, I pre-pulled the cards, but it's funny because sometimes, like, I'll like before I come on the live stream, you guys, I'll be sitting here and I'm like going through the cards, talking with my guides, talking with spirit, like, oh yeah, blah 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 blah. But then sometimes it's like I have the cards still, obviously, right? But then whenever I'm actually in the channeling session, the energies start coming through and it really kind of shed some different kind of light on the same subject and or scenarios that I have a brief understanding from moments prior that we were going to be talking about. So it's kind of interesting for me, even as the reader, to kind of hear some of this stuff. But I promise that's not me tooting my own horn. I'm just like, wow. I'm like, like, that's so interesting. But it's a yes. Part number 2. Okay. As it should be. All right, so do we have any questions? I got a question. Who got a question? Anybody got a question? Um, Sabine, you can do it. All right, I believe in you guys. You can find that description box. All right. In the meantime, I am going to start with our last panel. Gosh, tonight's going to be short and sweet. I don't mind. It's Friday. You guys have stuff to do. I get it. Have some fun for your girl, too, while you're at it, all right? Or some rest, whatever you got going on. But we'll start with panel number 3 at 4550, okay? So, again, the wipe the slate clean, all right? Chamois sponge was the marker for panel number 3. Do they like you? Drum roll, please. No, let me stop. It's a maybe. Just kidding. It's a yes. It's a yes. But we got to talk. Oh, we got to talk. So I don't know. You could actually also resonate with that last pile. Just a heads up. Okay. And there could be some significance to angel numbers, specifically 11s. All right. So you'd be seeing 11 or 1111, as well as 317, 317. Okay. And the card states freeing yourself from toxic patterns. Ooh. Heal and move on from past hurts. Yeah. And I get that that sounds like a lot easier said than done for many of us. But at the same time, it's kind of given like pound number 2. It's like, don't you want this great guy, this great girl? Because you are worthy and deserving to have this kind of connection. And you really are. And from what I see in the cards, you guys, I didn't really get into the channeling just yet. But this is a great catch, if you will. Again, irregardless of guy, girl, what have you, to be clear, pound number 3. All right. And I do see that you're being guided to remember that you are co-creating your experience here, which means you have the ability to write a different outcome connected to this particular connection if you should choose. And the way you'll know if you do so choose is you will be intending and actioning towards doing just this to move on from the past. All right, you gotta heal. Recognize the patterns, recognize the lessons for the blessings that they are, and move on. Okay. Now, I don't know if many of you here are already attached to the person in pile number 3 on an official sense or not, but there seems to be some sort of heart space activity on the part of, or excuse me, on the side of your own here, honey bun, that is affecting the connection. Okay. Whether you want to say it like, well, I'm not over so and so, or not. All right. This person is being, this person is in very understanding energy, right? But at the same time, you want to be fair, right? So what I mean by that is if this is a scenario where, let's say, I'll just go with the names Johnny and Jimmy, right? It's like you just can't get over Johnny, you know what I mean? Like he was so, and then you realize like actually Johnny was not like perfect. So there's that. Who cares where Johnny hails from or not, what race, creed, or bank accounts are in his name. just to be clear, right? So that means that it wasn't always roses and candy. We can at least get there, right? Irregardless of how the heart's aching for Johnny, this, that, and the third. When you realize that and then you work on removing the emotionality about what you've just realized, it gets a lot easier to be like, Johnny's not that great. Johnny can suck it, right? Like, pfft, all right. And in the meantime, you've got Jimmy the whole time going, I love you. I'm being patient. I'm being understanding. This is not fair to me. Right? Right? Even if these aren't words being said to you here, honey bun, this is the sentiment or the energy that would be seeping through their pores every now and again if you're paying attention long enough to Jimmy. All right. See how that can get in the way of what you're already claiming you got going on with Jimmy, though? Because ain't Johnny in the past and the past don't exist for you anyhow anymore? So it's okay. And the big plus, you've got a Jimmy, like a whole adult Jimmy. Wow. It's giving icing on the cake, right? So you got to figure out the root of this. Why am I still holding on? Am I feeling unworthy of a Jimmy? All I've ever known are Johnny's. Johnny toxically makes sense because it's all I've ever known is disappointment. And Jimmy's so great that if Jimmy were to disappoint me, I don't know, I might break and never really kind of make it out of that. Is that the case? Because even then, you're really talking about fear, and fear is false evidence appearing real. First of all, if Jimmy, as imperfect as Jimmy also is, go figure, okay, should hurt you, whether intentionally or unintentionally, what about yourself, as well as your guides, as well as the divine forces that back you, make you ultimately believe that you would not survive that? And you got to get to the root of that. Well, because maybe, for instance, your relationship with men, you realize you don't know any kind of relationship with a man, whether on a personal note and or regarding other familial connections, friends also comes to mind, where it has been a connection that's been safe or healthy, where there has been reciprocity. And even then, you still gotta ask, what is it about that makes you believe that the divine is incapable of creating such a man and allowing for you to enter into such a beautiful, healthful connection? Because that's what you're really talking about. It's so easy just to be like, well, all men are this and all women are that, this, that, and the third. You got to get to the root, babe. So that way you know exactly what you're intending to heal from and can start actioning steps towards doing just that so that you can have the life as well as the love that you deserve. All right. And it really comes down to, do you believe you are worthy, as well as do you believe in and trust in divinity backing you and not smiting you to the earth or some fire and brimstone situation? How logical is that, anyhow? Just saying. Okay. For those that still love to be logic minded, I get it. You can't be ungrounded all the time, right? So, uh, you know, you got to kind of read between your own lines here, honey bun, and do some self examination. And to be clear, pile number three, this is not a situation where you're being asked to beat yourself up, to feel ashamed, to kind of attach any stigma to your existence about all of this. That's not the request, command, or even sentiment behind this message, to be clear. So if you find yourself trying to action out in those energies, and I bring it up because it's a real thing. When you find out some aspects of, some very um, poignant points that might need healing about yourself, it can be quite triggering. And often, we do go towards that shame filled type of energy and rock with it. And I'm letting you know you don't have to, just because it should try you. Okay. Same deal with fear. You don't have to rock with fear. You can tell fear to suck it and keep it moving. Okay. Yes, fears will come. And even then, you can still say the same thing. You can still make the same choices. No, I reject fear. I'm not going to sit here for the next 17 freaking minutes sweating it out when there's nothing more I can do in my current state, my current energies, anyhow, because I have done my part. I know I have done my part because I have checked. I've consulted with divine forces. Divine forces are very well aware of the situation. And so I rest. And when a fear comes again, and you say again, and so I rest. All is well. All is well, right? It doesn't matter if you don't know how, the when, the why, right? Because you've done your part. And oftentimes your part is the surrendering in the unknowing of exactly how, when, why divine forces would back you. All right? Can't say it any plainer than that. But um, this person wants you to kind of clear out these cobwebs so you can get underway with the romance or keeping that alive, if you will, in this connection. All right. Could be some significance to a park, a public garden, maybe like a rose garden. All right. But somebody here could be tied to this kind of feels like pile number two energy as well. I'm not going to lie, you guys. Some sort of community vibes coming through, whether you are, on some form of organization. I'm thinking, I'm hearing PTA, but that's not the one. Oh my gosh. There's like organizations where like they like this could be maybe you're connected to like a community oh my god, I forget what the hell that's called. A co-op, excuse me, a co-op. um things like that. um But this person wants to cultivate the connection, further grow the connection. All right, they want to build it with you. I mean, no request at any form of unrequitedness. To be clear, I mean that should be obvious, right? And so really, you kind of gotta let this go. I don't know if you've got ties to someone that is from your time spent in ancient Egyptian civilization, perhaps. There again could be some significance to Isis energy, excuse me. But it's almost like this person isn't unwilling to help you through this, but at the same time you kind of got to get there, and you kind of want to help yourself and allow yourself to be helped at this. Okay. But this person really does want to anchor the connection, make it stable, okay, so that it can last. And they're saying, I haven't given up. All right. And they're saying, this is so sweet, like this melted my heart. I was like, I think it was like the last card I pulled for the whole spread, and it says, I promise to always love and protect you. Like I told you, they wanted to protect the connection. Love and light, Spoonie Gnomes. Yeah, so this person, whether this was like actually a thing, like this card says friend zoned, right? This person just feels like unless and until you do that, they can't really get in all the way. I mean, not really talking about sexual positions, of course, but in the sense of like that heart space, okay? And you are being implored here, collective, connecting to pile number three, to let go of the past. All right. Just let it go. Ask your friends for support if that helps you. Maybe you have some particular friends that know both people, right? And can help you get to a further sense of clarity, or maybe allow for some remembrance to be brought about. Okay. So what I mean by that is like, let's say that your friend Sarah knows Johnny from, whatever wedding shower you all attended, right? And it's like, well, how's Sarah going to help? Well, Sarah might bring up during conversation, over drinks or dinner that, well, they recall Johnny saying such and such to so and so behind the bar at that event. You know what I mean? Like, you don't always necessarily catch everything, but you can catch the vibe. And then when other people can bring kind of like specifications to why you would have even picked up on that kind of vibe, right? So maybe something felt off that night when you went home, and now you can recall it and piece it back to what Sarah's telling you. Things like that can be quite supportive. And I think I'm saying that because whoever I'm speaking to, I don't know that you necessarily openly talk about like, hey, my heart space. And I think that's also part of the issue. I think that's also why you're being guided into that. whatever friends or friendly support that you do have. Okay. Even if you're saying, well, I have no friends, right? But this resonates. According to, I mean, they made cards about it. You got fairies and guides and all of that to consult with. So get to it, okay? Because they've been sending you signs anyways, right? Many of you do know this. You have noticed them, and yet here we are talking about this. So again, it's really time to just understand again that root cause issue. You are actually worthy. All right. You don't have to fear the Jimmy because Johnny feels familiar when you really trace back that familiarity to toxicity, maybe even abuse, gaslighting comes to mind, right? Nothing that is worthy of you, right? So choose to be worthy and act like you are. When you act like you are, you choose the Jimmy, if that makes sense. Just go with the example, you guys. I know some people are not here for that type of sex or anybody with those kind of names. Just saying, all right, it's just an example. And somebody here, their love language is physical touch. This could be on both sides, either side, but I'm getting that if this is this person, um, more so than you, this is really bothersome because, we do have like these meridians and uh, fiery synapses that happen on the strength of touch. Okay. And often, those that do like to touch tend to be certain forms of energy readers. And so you could sit there and be touched all you want and say nothing, but they're going to know something is off, something is in the way, there is some stagnancy. Now they're saying I haven't given up, but I mean, how many more years do you want to be at this? How many more months do you want to be at this where you're just doing the dance? And how loving is that to yourself as well as the Jimmy in this situation, whether Jimmy's Geiger or what have you. Just go with it, okay? And so self love has to be, again, a focus, a remembrance that it is a lifestyle from the second before you even get out of bed. You better be loving your ass, man. Whether you got a BBL or not, whether you want one or not, okay? You got to love on you a lot more, all right? And it goes thicker than just skin deep. Take the BBL reference as you must. But, um, you know, really make this real for you. It's like, how like you've ever questioned, hey, does so and so actually like me or love me? Please don't be that one where you have to actually question that about whether or not you do for you with you. You know what I mean? Okay. And as you get to the getting good with this, with yourself, all right, as well as this person continuing to, allow you to have whatever space you need, yes, but also to be there in whatever assistant assistive type of energies that they plan on I mean, they plan on utilizing their free will to do that. Nobody's strong arming them, but you guys will continue your bonding, all right? And that will strengthen the connection. It will also foster the confirmation. Not that you need validation from this person, you shouldn't be in that type of position to need anybody's validation, but they will consistently, from what I can see, be disciplined in confirming for you that they are very much for you, as well as the connection, that they are very much present in it. Okay, that they do very much like you, love you, however it makes sense to say here for this general collective message for pal 3. All right, but you've got to heal yourself from any type of toxic patterns, attachments, and move on from the past. Okay, if it hurts, let it go. All right, you're not here to be hurt, you've already been hurt enough. Stop hurting yourselves on top of it. You know what I mean? Yes, it's easier said than done to heal, but at the same time, you're very much capable, and that's part of the message, anyhow. So now what, right? Now what is the choice is yours. You've got free will still, and you're able to use it. Gosh, I hope you do use it for the most highest vibrational, passionate outcome that I do very much see in your forecast. All right. So that is what I have for your messages tonight, you guys. Final call on the bell. All right. Um. Oh, I don't know Marcus Chadwick. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, Love and Light Eat Me. I didn't know that was you. Spoony Gnomes. I should have known. Spoony Gnomes Eat Me. Let me stop. Oh, yeah, I wasn't seeing anything either. That's crazy. What are you up to, Eat Me? It's Friday night. You got a question? All right, let me see. You're going to ask about your cats? Okay, let me see. Okay, let me see here. I do see Fiona, and I do see Eat Me, aka Spoonie Gnomes. That's funny. You guys, you think we want to have a Halloween party where we dress up or what? You gonna put pictures in the oh, it's supposed to be disability food themed. Oh, mukbang. My daughter taught me about mukbangs. I was like, what is that? And then somebody died, and I'm like, whoa, like it shouldn't be that serious, you guys. All right, let me see, Fiona, about your cats, babe. Ooh. You know what I have right here? Interestingly enough, cat calls. Let's get a message from them. Since Fiona does a bang-up job, I don't mind. I do not mind, honey bun. Let's see what we see. All right. You want a Halloween party, Eat Me? I want one too. You guys gonna dress up and put photos in the freaking community board or what? I guess technically you wouldn't have to be dressed during the actual party. I mean, I'll dress. Y'all don't have to give me a reason. Y'all don't have to give me a reason to get dressed up in costume. But I want to see pictures. It can't be just me, you guys. That'd be so silly. Like, just everybody watching me having a party by myself. Like, what kind of... Shoot. All right. All right. Interestingly enough, you're being called into some form of action here. This let's do it. Every day is a fresh start. Take time for yourself as well, because you deserve it, but also encouraging you to continue to learn something new. Continue to stay curious, Fiona, are the cards that came out for that. But let's see here about the yes, no. Oh, my goodness. We got a yes. You know what's crazy? This is really like one of the soulmate cards for me. Bottom of the deck. Oh, I love you so much. You know what's crazy? The Empress. Now this deck doesn't depict it though. It's so funny. I feel like the traditional like Rider-Waite should though. Like usually there's like a lion. Sometimes there's a familiar depicted with her too. But they are some form of soulmates. So yeah, that's a big fat yes. Girly, that costume. Ooh, that seems pretty cool. Eat Me. I think bats are neat. Oh, Bobo and Zella. Oh, I love their names. Oh, well, you can talk to them. They're still there, you know. Long story short, if you talk to them long enough and connect long enough, sometimes you can catch glimpses. They're usually like, I don't want to say like shadowy, but normally it's like, you'll see them like for, like you'll see like an, I don't want to say outline in the sense of like a 2D pencil drawing. It's just like a, you know how like you can see me, but then if I was like thinned out in the sense of like some filter where I wasn't as opaque, it's like that, but it'll be like your cat, you know. Um yeah, it's well known in the spiritual community. I thought that familiars, I mean, they're always, even you guys, if you've had, you know, children, you know, not trying to be triggering, but that are for whatever reason you know, on the other side of the veil, same deal. They're always there supporting. Um, and, you know, it's also It's also I thought well known that just because you have a familiar doesn't necessarily mean it always just only was that form, right? And it's so funny because I was thinking the other day about my mom's now deceased dog Tiny, how smart she was, and we would often joke that she was basically just like a human in a dog suit, like, and we would joke that like she got frustrated sometimes because the suit was quite limiting, comparable to her conscious, right? And I'm like, dude, that's so real though. Like, I'm not saying it like every single cat and or every single dog or every single turtle, like, or whatever, right? But there were signs. So it makes sense that that soulmate energy would come out. All right. I think they just wanted you to know too that they're always there, Fiona. Yeah, definitely talk to them. Talk to them the way you always would, And next thing you know, you might even start hearing a little pitter patter of their paw beans and stuff. Like, oh, so cute. You might hear them cry. Not cry, but I mean like, like meow, so there's that. Ooh, I Doll's Kill is so controversial, but if we're talking simply and solely the merch, good stuff. Like it's not cheap though. As cheap as it's made, to be some of it, not all. But I do. I don't know. Doll's Kill's kind of hit or miss on that too, because it's like it's either really great. It seems like it's like really great material. This works, and they like keep, or you're like freaking buckle, right? Like something weird. I don't know. All right, let me see here. Eat me. Where was your question? Let me go. Let me go. Shut down. Okay, let me see. Right. That's a good question. Yes, that's a yes. That's a yes. That's a yes. You know what's crazy? I hope this is not the case. I just switched to, I mean, I just shuffled to, something told me to look at the bottom of the deck and it's now the three of coins, right? And I'm like, please don't be March. That can't be, right? Can't be all the way until March. Hopefully that's not the case. I don't know. It was weird. I'm gonna get out of that. But that's what I have for you. They are controversial. They are. Sugar throws. Yeah, I don't really know about that. I'm not sure. Like, you started a fast. Well, there's different kinds of fast. I mean, like, it's not like you have to be like, oh, I'm not eating for 30 days. And often you gotta watch depending on what kind of fast you're doing. You might want to do like 1 week on, 1 week off, or like 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. I see what you mean. Well, if you feel led to do it and you know exactly what you're doing there, kudos, because there's a lot of healing on the other side of that, just even at the cellular level. All right. You know what? I believe it or not, I also wanted to be able to say, yeah, I got a 40-day fast under my belt. Ain't no way. I don't know. I don't know. I'm over here like, damn, you're a beast. Like you said, 60s water and then 24 hours. Or oh no, you said 24 days dry. Whoo! I think I need more hydration because I'm still pumping stuff out. If that makes sense, like the filter through the suit. Okay. So you guys, you know, I mean, obviously, eat me. You know what you're doing. Like you're not dead from like the year 2020 or whatever the year was, right? Well, you gotta watch too because even with weight, right? So like 40 pounds, that could be fluid. Do you know what I mean? You gotta think about fluid retention, glymphatic system, kidneys, liver function, things like that, right? Mm. But you guys be careful because from one, I don't know, I just get nervous. I myself sifted through so many sources of information, from one online source to one book to the next, and it can be a little daunting. And I just want to say, I know I do make mention of, living that fast life, right? But please educate yourself, know your own like body as well as any medical conditions or concerns, and do research accordingly before you even get into the throes of anything. Because I have seen, on a personal note, some, I'm not going to mention names or anything, but some misinformation, yes, but also how like some people just don't die from certain things and they go, no, this works. And it's like, yeah, because you didn't die, it worked for you, but like the next person, the next three people, or the next group coming behind, without understanding that that's the case, that is like somebody got lucky and they're just claiming it to be like some form of gospel now, that, oh, do this step three, blah blah blah. You got to study. A lot of these videos are based off of AI voices, as well as I mean, you've got AI calling lemons limes and vice versa. It's like, what are you talking about? Throw this in a pot and simmer it for what, right? Next thing you know, somebody comes up missing hair. It's like, wait, that was the intention was to grow it out, kind of thing. So please don't just trust just anything you hear, see, or read about, especially online. You guys, be careful, okay? Listen to your body as well, because your body will tell you what foods it needs. Interesting, like I have tested this theory out, and it's so crazy because like sometimes too you could get like like a heavy craving, and that's happened to me so many times. Like I like one time it was like I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do if I don't get mushrooms actually inside of me, like right now, like I, you know and I've always loved mushrooms, so it's not like, oh my gosh, why would I ever try to chew on one of those? But at the same time, it was like, damn, like I'm just fiending, like. And then I found out like 2 short days later, like literally, that the situation is that DNA, or excuse me, that mushrooms assist with repairing the DNA structure. And I was like, oh my God, because of what else I was going through and climbing out of and overcoming, right? I was like, that freaking makes sense. Like the body knows. Your body is some very impressive biotech, to be clear. That's why I always call it a meat suit. All right. Like it is something to put on, baby. All right. Irregardless of how many bumps, lumps, crevices, scrapes, bruises, or scarring you got. I said what I said. Some very impressive biotech. And the more that you listen to it, the more that you kind of talk to it, integrate it, and love it, gosh, the more pleasant the journey. And of course, fasting definitely does assist with that. Rapid healing, like Amy was saying, you can definitely really kind of fix some systems up there quite nice in a fairly short amount of time. And but to be clear, you guys, as far as fasting as well, those that will understand to implement it and integrate it, it is part of a lifestyle. It's not really a one and done thing. Okay. All right. Wow, that's pretty cool. Amy, I see what you said about the auto brewery syndrome. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have healed themselves from, I mean, just about anything imaginable, with doing certain fast and allowing the body to heal with certain nutrients that you got to look into the vitamins and things like that as well. Get it in there, you guys. You deserve it. And the more that you get that in, the better you feel, the more you'll realize exactly how powerful you are, even inside of that suit of yours. All right. So I don't see anyone else in line for questions tonight. And you guys, like I said before, I was on the live stream a few hours earlier than this. I am getting tired. So, but I love you guys so, so much. And I was like, you know what? I have time. I should come on, be with my peoples. And it feels good to be here. So please don't feel otherwise. Okay. I do definitely love each and every one of you. You guys make my face and my heart smile, to be clear. I really do love you guys. You guys keep me going. And thank you for your patience. Thank you for your support. Thank you for telling other people, friends, family, those about the channel. All right. I'm definitely looking to grow in numbers here because I do wholeheartedly believe these messages do help and for the most part help the masses, right? And if you can and it helps and doesn't hurt, why not, right? And so I am definitely here to share my love light with you all, of course, but as well as those that have yet to come, that are aligning with us as I speak out these messages. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your support of your girl. Thank you for your support of the channel, and thank you for your support of each other. You all matter, and I really do appreciate each and every time we do gather and the energy that is exchanged between us. Thank you for being amazing as always. And I really do hope that you enjoy the rest of your night. Please rest well, and please know that irregardless of what all you're facing, all right, you gotta think about the last 10 minutes of the movie theory. It all works out. It all ends well. This too shall pass. Okay. And in the meantime, don't forget you have the choice to remind yourself of things like the fact that you are loved, you are safe, you do matter, you carry great value. All right. Those are truths, unless you want to stubbornly believe against them. And then, even though those are truths, you won't live as if they are. You won't necessarily experience those truths. I want that very much for you. If you're still here with me, you and your higher self, of course, same deal. So let's do it, shall we? Don't give up. It's not on the menu. I love you guys so, so much. Love and light.